In a world where memories shape our lives, there exists an unforgiving adversary, Alzheimer's disease. Each year, this cruel affliction steals the lives of countless loved ones. In the United States alone, it claims the lives of over 120,000 individuals annually. With prevalence soaring, nearly 6 million Americans currently battle this disease, and the numbers continue to rise. Yet amidst the struggle, there is unwavering dedication from families, caregivers, and researchers alike. As we strive to unravel the mysteries of Alzheimer's, we stand united in the pursuit of hope, understanding, and a world free from its grasp. Because every life touched by Alzheimer's is a story worth remembering. Together, we illuminate a path towards a brighter future. Join us on this journey of awareness and compassion.
My mother, my father-in-law, and my mother-in-law all have dementia. My father-in-law is no longer with us. My mom is in a memory care center where my sister is looking after her. My mother-in-law was in memory care, just recently went on hospice and nearing the end of her journey. My 30-year-old does not want to follow the same path as 3 grandparents, so I'm hoping the funds raised in the longest day will give her hope in 30 years that she will not have the same destiny.
Throughout my life, my mother had always been a strong and capable woman. When I noticed she wasn't thinking or acting like she used to, I was worried. She was also getting older and recently suffered from a stroke. So I took her to get an MRI and received the terrible news that she had Alzheimer's. Seeing my mom go through this disease was the hardest thing I have ever dealt with. She had become more like a baby than a mother, and I didn't feel like I could trust her choices. So I made all of them for her and wasn't able to give her advice. Caring for her on my own was very stressful and depressing. I was so overwhelmed. I didn't realize the other health problems she was dealing with. That is how I lost my mother. My advice to anyone who has a loved one is diagnosed with Alzheimer's or any other dementia is to go to a specialist and to find the right care immediately. It is what's best for those who matter the most to us.
In the pursuit of illuminating the challenges faced by Alzheimer's patients and their families, we are proud to introduce one of our dedicated sponsors, Friedman Elder Law Department. At the helm is Heidi Friedman, a compassionate and board-certified elder law attorney. Friedman Elder Law Department provides invaluable expertise in asset protection to help seniors qualify for government benefits that assist in paying for long-term care and ensuring the best possible quality of life for seniors. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Friedman Elder Law Department for their dedication to enhancing the lives of those affected with Alzheimer's.
As you continue to age, there is going to come a time when somebody who has dementia or Alzheimer's is no longer going to be able to act for themselves. And in that case, if you do not have the proper documentation, such as the proper durable power of attorney or healthcare directive set up for them, and they're no longer capable of making their own decisions, then you're looking at having to go through a guardian procedure. But if you have set up the proper documents prior to that, prior to the time when that person who has Alzheimer's does go into the disease in a very significant way, and they no longer remember even who you are, who their caregiver is, and if you have those documents already prepared and it's based on their decisions at the time that they do still have capacity, then they get to choose who makes those decisions regarding their finances or their healthcare decisions, or where their estate dollars go upon their death. And also, you will be able to use those documents to be able to help them qualify and go through the process of qualifying them for long-term care benefits.
Let me tell you about a family that I recently referred over to Friedman elder law. It had been a series of crises for the family. A father who was primary caretaker for his wife, who was in beginning stages of cognitive decline. Well, it just so happened that their father fell, and ultimately he did pass. Enter in the loving, grieving children who had been blissfully unaware of just how serious things were with their mother, with how many things were left undone by both of their parents. And they were looking to figure out really what their long-term plan was going to be for mom to be safe and taken care of. And so it was a pleasure being able, to say, I have just the person for you. This is who you need to call. And it was fantastic. They reached out right away. They were able to do a fantastic no-cost assessment call, and then follow that up with an appointment with Heidi. That's great. Couldn't have asked for more.
Our clients, once they receive those benefits or once they've set up that process or set up those documents, are so relieved to have that financial piece off their plate. I think it's really important for anybody to make sure that when you are preparing your estate planning documents and your incapacity documents, and you're over the age of 65, that you're not looking at just any attorney to do those documents, but you are seeking out the advice of an appropriate elder law attorney who knows what they're doing and knows what's coming up as you continue to age.
My passion is to ensure that people are connected with the resources that they need, that our professionals are educated in order to point them in the right direction to resources like Friedman Elder Law or memory care communities. My people perish for lack of knowledge. That is an old saying that comes out of the Bible that's meant to ensure that people recognize how important it is to know what is in front of you, to know what you have in your hands. And guys, we are in South Florida, which has an incredible community of professionals and other people that are ready to connect people with what they need.
Connecting for me with others in the communities. And we all know somebody. We all know somebody who's hurting. We all know someone who's in need. We all know someone who is at a place in their life where they want someone to say, hey, I can help. And so it's been an honor and a blessing to be able to be that connection point. I really have no other reason to be in the senior industry or the senior market other than my passion for it. Artis is near and dear to me because the standalone memory care community that it is was not available for my family where they were. And so it is very important when you are able to have someone care for your loved one when you are no longer able to do it. Caregiving is so hard, and having the support of a community that is able to provide that assistance is so important.
In our quest to shed light on Alzheimer's and the lives it touches, we're honored to introduce a compassionate partner, Artis Senior Living of Boca Raton. Artis is not just a place to live, it's a haven of support, understanding, and care for those navigating the journey of memory loss. At Artis, residents are more than just individuals. They are cherished members of a community engaged in meaningful moments that enrich their lives. Their dedicated team of caregivers brings unwavering commitment, fostering an environment of respect and dignity for every resident. We extend our heartfelt appreciation to Artis Senior Living for their dedication to enhancing the lives of those affected by Alzheimer's.
Our philosophy here at Artis is creating positive partnerships the Artis way. So we partner with our residents. We get to know them as human beings and work with each person on an individual basis because everyone has their likes and dislikes. So the A stands for the ability to have a voice. R is respecting and maintaining relationships. T, treasuring each person's uniqueness. I is integrity, and success and recognition for S. The ability to have a voice is so important for someone with memory impairment. The language can disappear, communication becomes more complicated. That doesn't take away their need for the ability to have a voice. With the R in Artis, respecting and maintaining relationships, it's my job to also work with the residents to maintain the relationship with their family. Just because they come here, we don't cut off ties that the family has with the resident. Treasuring each person's uniqueness. This could be a resident that loves to wear jewelry. For some residents, it's knowing about the relationship with their family and talking about what their grandkids are doing. And integrity, it's just important that we all do the right thing. And success and recognition is not just about the associates and wanting them to be successful, it's about our residents and connect with them so they feel good, giving them those positive moments of joy throughout the day.
The I in Artis, which stands for integrity, is the one that has impacted me the most. Working for an organization that tells the truth, that does the right thing when no one is looking, and I have a team that also believes in that and believes in our philosophy, and that is why I believe the I is so important. The families are able to trust us because of our integrity, because they know when we say we're going to do something that we're able to follow through. For someone with dementia, integrity is most important because typically residents with dementia, they get a feeling. They need to be able to trust you. Then you're able to redirect them. You're able to provide care for them because they feel that you have their best interest at heart.
I was a journalist for, 20, 30 years, something like that. I did win the Pulitzer Prize, but I'm no longer writing and no longer, practicing journalism. I'm just a retired person in this Alzheimer's daycare center. And I am in this Alzheimer's daycare center because I have short-term memory loss issues, and this is a good place for me to be. I like this place. It's a good place. I'm comfortable here. They do all that they can do to make this a pleasant place for us. I think I have a relationship with a lot of people, so I like this place.
So here at Artis, we do have providers on site, dermatologists, on site psychiatrists, psychologists that do come into the community and they do treat the individuals. Not a hospital setting, but more a home setting, like a home visit.
I met with a family this week and a question was asked, what can I do to convince my mom about the truth? Or what can I do to convince my mom that I'm doing the best thing for her? What I'm able to do is educate the family and let them know, well, you're not going to be able to convince your mom, but what you're able to do is understand the disease and understand where she's coming from and enter her world. So if she's talking about something that's important in her day today, but that relates to 30 years ago, we don't need to correct her. So if she feels like she had a great day teaching the kids at school and now she's going home to cook dinner for the family, Let's ask her what she made for dinner. Let's ask her what the weather was like on her way to work. So instead of correcting, it's about connecting.
In the shadows of Alzheimer's, unsung heroes emerge. Caregivers tirelessly devoted to their loved ones. But the journey takes its toll, demanding unwavering strength, compassion, and resources. They need more than just support. They need a lifeline, a network of understanding souls. Memory care resources become beacons of hope, offering guidance, respite, and a sense of community. At iMatter, caregivers find respite while loved ones engage in purposeful activities, fostering connections and empowerment.
What we have recognized here is that in order for our clients to succeed and to continue to age in place at home, there is another person that we've got to consider, and that is the primary caregiver. So here, we actually provide full day services for all of our clients, and we also provide supportive services such as coaching for caregivers, caregiver support groups such as Coffee and Conversation. We get to provide care to both parties, the caregiver who gets respite and our client who is here with us throughout the day, whether they are shooting pool, whether they are doing chair exercise, painting. And I have to add that we have incredible miniature golfers here.
It's a really good place to be in because, like when you get to a certain age, you feel like you're alone. Like, okay, my daughter's working, my son-in-law is working, and I was just there in the house. Everybody here helps you out with anything that you do, anything. You have questions, if they don't know the answers, they'll find them for you. The games that they do for us, because we're always doing something. Either we're painting, or we're playing volleyball, or we're playing the pins are on the floor and we're doing, yes, or we're dancing, or we're reading. They find things for you to do that make you happy. They care about you, and it's honest.
One of the most important factors for a caregiver that just received or may have just got word that their loved one is in the earlier stages of dementia or possibly at full-blown Alzheimer's is to see a neurologist. When it comes to the brain and the necessities of someone with the diagnosis such as dementia or vascular dementia, whatever the case may be, it's important to see someone that actually specializes in the brain. That's what a neurologist does. In addition to that, I would say create your village. And that village can be a small village or a large one. It can be your family or an extension of who you are. That way, when you have low days, when you have tough days, when you put your hands up and say, I can't do this, there's someone that can validate the space that you're in. And I always encourage support groups because they help along the journey. They help with validating and supporting any caregiver that is caring for someone with this very specialized disease.
As the sun rises on a new day, so does a global movement that stands against the darkness of Alzheimer's. This is The Longest Day. Created by the Alzheimer's Association, The Longest Day is a powerful tribute to those facing the challenging journey of Alzheimer's. It was born from the desire to raise awareness and funds for Alzheimer's care, support, and research. In 2012, The Longest Day was founded, encouraging people to choose an activity they love and dedicate it to the cause. From sunrise to sunset, participants engage in activities that honor the courage of those with Alzheimer's and their caregivers. Through creativity, connection, and fundraising, The Longest Day brings communities together, fostering hope and unity. This 2023 TLD season featured so many incredible participants who joined the movement, celebrated resilience, and helped us illuminate a brighter future in the face of Alzheimer's.
The Longest Day with the Alzheimer's Association is kind of a standout fundraising idea. It's DIY, it's do-it-your-way fundraising where you can literally do whatever you want to do in order to raise funds towards the Alzheimer's Association. You can run a race, you can ride bikes, you can make lemonade and sell it, or do a bake sale, or just put a link on your Facebook page and ask people to donate to your fundraiser. It's one of the best ways for people to get involved and do the things that are passionate for them. The Alzheimer's Association here in South Florida has also been an incredible resource for caregivers and those who have also themselves been diagnosed with dementia, from caregiver support groups to other resources, educational resources, and of course, the fundraising towards finding a cure for this horrible disease. So we just want to say thank you to everyone that has participated in the 2023 The Longest Day for Alzheimer's Association here in Southeast Florida, for all of the really fun events that have happened, and as well as the partnership that we've been able to grow with each other as well too. So thank you.
And The Longest Day is important to me because it brings awareness to the Alzheimer's disease, and my mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in 2015. We all did what we could, but there was no medication that could help her. As much as we tried to visit different doctors, take her to different specialists, it was quite a journey. And my mother is still alive. I still love her. She hasn't known who I am for the past 7 years. But if there's anything I can do to help bring an end to this disease, I'm willing, and I look forward to being part of The Longest Day and meeting more people like me whose heart goes out to those who are suffering from this disease and who are caring for those who help those who have been diagnosed or looking into trying to understand what's happening with their loved ones and to help them.
Amidst the canvas of determination, this fundraising season comes alive with The Longest Day activities. Concerts harmonize for change, candle scents spark memories, and creativity fuels the fire of hope. Each event, a brushstroke in the tapestry of unity as we come together to create a brighter future. The Longest Day activities, a symphony of resilience, turning moments into momentum.
Join the fight!
So let me rework that intro. Starting over.
I'm at our offices. Offices.
Look, I'll be 10 different codes.
Symphony at Delray Beach is.
1 second.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
Good, we're done.
Okay.